I'm professor of special education here at the University of Mississippi, and I've been here 25 years. Well, it's pretty easy today because you just go online and then you go to probably the websites of the various universities, and then you click on there to find out if they have a special education program, and then it'll tell you what the requirements are. So it's fairly easy today. I would say the single most important thing is the relationship that the university has with the public schools. Sometimes they'll be affiliated with professional development sites. But regardless of whether they're affiliated with a professional development site, look and see what the requirements are, probably the number of hours beyond student teaching. And the more hours that you have beyond student teaching in the field, I think the better the program is to really learn the skills. I think that the ability to diagnose a problem, and I'm talking about an academic problem now, because by the time the individual gets to you, they've already been identified as special needs. Being able to diagnose the academic problem or behavioral problem, and then have a repertoire of skills to address that problem, a wide repertoire of skills, and in sense enough to know that when it's not working, to change to a different method. Okay, I think that's what it's all about. I think that it's an excellent time to be applying, just as it's been ever since I've been in it. There is a tremendous need for special education teachers, and this is nationwide. I hope that within my lifetime there won't be any difference. I hope that special educators will have the same skills as a regular educator and vice versa. What we learn in special education and what we teach, anybody can learn it. A regular classroom teacher, a parent, whatever you do, you don't make it last more than 15 minutes. But in that 15-minute period, you present the same material, we'll say 3 to 5 times. The average special education kid thinks they've done 3 to 5 different things and they've done the same thing over and over, so you eliminate boredom. The beauty about it is they go home. The parents say, "What'd you do today?" The average kid says, "Oh, nothing." Special education kid says, "We did everything." All we did was one thing. If they can't get the concept of graphing, we have what's called beans in a bottle. And all you do is for every correct answer, you give them a bean and they put it in a bottle, and the bottle has their name on it, and they fill the bottle up, and then something special happens, like they become the assistant teacher for that day, or they aid the teacher, or they have the line where they take them to recess or whatever it is. That's called motion through space, okay, because you can see that bottle filling up. So that's a little bit. But as I explain that to you, any regular teacher, any parent can use that skill, or using a variety of things, or beans in a bottle. It's adaptable to all kinds of things. Seeing a child take the first step for life, seeing a child read for the first time for their life, see a child utter a sound that has some direction to it for the first time for their life, seeing a child make a basket for the first time for their life. It's just unbelievable. Probably the expectations for a special education teacher are unreasonably high or unreasonably realistic. I mean, they're not realistic. And in other words, you're limited as to how far these techniques will go. Although, let me tell you, these techniques are powerful. Okay, they're powerful. But I think the greatest challenge today is living up to some of those expectations. They want you to cure the child. It's that simple. And the best we do is ameliorate. The best we can do is ameliorate the condition. And of course, that's great. That's huge. But we're not in the curing business. We've tried something here that's a little different or a little unusual than most programs. We have initiated 2 years ago sort of a dual certification program. And what it is every regular educator takes enough courses in special education that when they graduate, if they so choose, they can be licensed in special education. Now, we're not interested in forcing people to be special education licensed, but we are interested in trying to expand their repertoire of skills. That's something. It's a little bit early for us to tell how it's working. It's been in operation 2 years, but we're hoping that we're thinking that's going to be the trend for the future. Well, I'd mentioned to you about regular educators being dual certified in special education if they so choose. But if an individual comes in and they want to get a degree in special education, I'm going to tell you there's a huge difference when you're working with somebody in an academic setting in a public school, and then you go to a residential care and you're starting to work on self-help skills, feeding skills, communication, basic communication skills of just being able to do some type of audible response. I mean, it's a huge difference, and we have that great advantage here of being able to fit the full spectrum of mild, moderate to severe, profound in the special education program. Okay, that's really important. Putting down in there anything that they are related to, aware of, exposed to special needs. This could be they volunteered at a camp. That's big. That's huge. Maybe they have a brother or sister that's special needs. Maybe they themselves might have a learning disability. And that's huge. So immediately the person stands out because we know they're serious. I think it's tough to say, but inclusion isn't going to go away. Inclusion from a psychological and social standpoint is absolutely necessary and the right thing. Okay, it's the humane thing. So I think in the future, we're going to find regular classroom teachers have a broader repertoire of skills, and then the special education teachers are going to be more skilled in dealing with one-on-one or 1-to-3 or 1-to-4 ratios, working with kids in the regular classroom with the regular teacher. I think that's what it is. But also see on the horizon, and this is something that other people might disagree with me, is where you really run into problems in the inclusion is when you get somebody in there that is at the severe profound range where their needs are so great that they're disruptive to the other students in the classroom. This could be in the area of emotional imbalance. It could be a cognitive disability where it takes them so long to catch on. They're inattentive. Those are things. So if you get down to where you're talking the severe, profound, I believe there's going to be a market in the future where the special education teacher that's dealing with the severe, profound is probably going to work more closely with the medical profession, and it's going to become a little more precise.